So in the last video about the trike, you saw me talking about the possibility of setting up an electronic gear change system. And what I initially had in mind was to operate with two of these solenoids. This is a starter motor solenoid. And the idea initially was to have two of these face to face to each other, and the gear change would operate in between the two and pull in electronically. Unfortunately, these have become a lot harder to find than I initially thought, given the strength of the type that I want to get. And they're also becoming a bit of an outdated technology in terms of getting them should we ever need replacements of them. Apart from that, the new ones that are available are quite prohibitively expensive in terms of the setup that we're going for. Just one of these types on their own was around about $350, and we would have needed two of them. So for now, we've abandoned that idea. It's something we may revisit in the future, but we had to come up with an alternative. So what we've done is we have abandoned what was the clutch section here for the foot. We've shifted it in terms of location, and we've set up quite a nice sort of gear linkage system that goes back to its sort of traditional gear shifting with your foot. The only real difference is that we've put that stainless steel linkage piece in there, and I've set up a leverage point so that it pulls it in and out of gear quite nicely. And it's really just a matter of sort of tapping down with your toe or lifting up with your toe to bring it in or out of gear. Now, as far as the clutch is concerned, because we can't operate off a lever on the handlebars, we had to come up with something different for that as well. And what we've come up with is this sort of setup. You can see there's a pull mechanism here. It's got a thread adjustment there so that we can adjust the tension on the actual clutch lever. And then that connects up to this paddle section that we have here. Just got a little rubberized Phoenix cut out to just make that a bit softer. And the idea is that you actually operate that with your knee. When you're sitting on the bike and you have your foot on that pedal, you can bring your knee across to that paddle and you can push that in quite effectively, and that engages the clutch so that you can change gears. So we've gone back to a mechanical solution for the problem, but it's working quite nicely, and I think it even looks quite nice in terms of the overall setup.